fx equals to 2x cubed minus 7x squared minus 5x plus 4. Find the remainder when fx is divided by x minus a. This topic is from remainder theorem. So f1 equals to 2 1 cubed minus 7 1 squared minus 5 1 plus 4 equals to 2 minus 7 minus 5 plus 4 equals to minus 10 plus 4 equals to minus 6. Minus 6 is the remainder. Question number B. Use the factor theorem to show that x plus 1 is a factor of fx. If it's a factor of fx, f minus 1 should be equal to 0. F minus 1 equals to 2 minus 1 cubed minus 7 minus 1 squared minus 5 minus 1 plus 4. This is minus 2 minus 7 plus 5 plus 4 minus 9 plus 9 equals to 0. So since f minus 1 equals to 0, x plus 1 is a factor. Factorize completely, so we have to do long division. X plus 1 is the factor. We have 2x cubed minus 7x squared minus 5x plus 4. 2x squared, x into 2x squared is 2x cubed, minus 1 into 2x squared is plus 2x squared. Sign change, this two cancels. Minus 9x squared minus 5x. So now we need minus 9x. X into minus 9x is minus 9x squared. 1 into minus 9x is minus 9x. Sign change, these two cancels, and this would be 4x plus 4. So this would be plus 4. 4x of 4, 4 1s of 4, sign change, this cancels. So that means fx can be written as x plus 1 2x squared minus 9x plus 4. Now we can middle term break this. We know 2x squared minus 9x plus 4, 4 to the 8, 2x squared minus 8x minus x plus 4. If we take 2x common, x minus 4, x minus 4. So the factors would be x minus 4 and 2x minus 1. So factorize completely means all the factors. Remember, there is a difference between finding the solution and finding the factors. Answer: the factors are x plus 1, x minus 4, 2x minus 1. Binomial expansion sum 3 plus bx to the power 5. We have to expand the first three terms. The first thing we have to do is take 3 to the power 5 common. It would be 1 plus bx by 3 and the power is 5. 3 to the power 5 is 243. Now 1 plus 5c1 bx plus 3 to the power 1 5c2 bx plus 2 to the power 2 plus dot dot dot. We found the first three terms. The common error is to take up to x cubed. 243, 1 plus 5c1 is 5. This is going to be bx by 3 plus 5c2 is 10, b squared x squared by 4 plus dot dot dot. So this is 243, 1 plus 5bx by 3 plus 10 is 5 to the 10, 2 to the 4. So 5 by 2 b squared x squared plus dot dot dot. If we multiply by 243, this is going to be 243 plus, so 243 into 5 by 3 is going to be 243 into 5 by 3, 405 bx plus 243 into 5 by 2 is going to be 243 into 5 by 2 This is going to be 607. Let me double check. I think this is going to be 9. This is going to be 3. This is going to be 9. So this would be 10 by 9. Let's do this again. 243 into 10 by 9 is 270. 270 b squared x squared plus dot dot dot. That's the expansion. Given that in this expansion the coefficient of x squared is twice the coefficient of x. This is algebra. Coefficient of x squared is, by the question, coefficient of x squared is 270b squared. This is equal to twice of coefficient of x, which is 405b. Now from here what we can do is 270b squared equals to 2 into 405 is going to be 810b. If we bring this to this side, it is important to remember this is a quadratic equation and you cannot cancel off any value. If we take b common, this would be 270b minus 810 equals to 0. So that means b equals to 0, or b equals to 810 divided by 270, and this is going to be 810 divided by 273. Now we have two values of b, which one to take. They will always give us a clue. So it is given find the value of b, and previously they have given b is not 0. So answer is b equals to 3. You have to restate the answer. Answer b equals to 3. 5 to the power x equals to 10, therefore x equals to log base 5 10, then base change log 10 by log 5. Use the calculator. Log 10 divided by log 5. 1.43, 3 significant figure. 1.43. Question number B. Log base 3x minus 2 equals to 1 equals to minus 1. Therefore the formula is x minus 3 is going to be 3 to the power minus 1. That means x minus 3 is 1 by 3. Therefore x equals to 1 by 3 plus 3. That means 3 3 is a 9 plus 1 10. 10 by 3. But I think again the same mistake is x minus 2. In the next line I write x minus 3. This is a common mistake I'm making. 3 to the 6 plus 1 7. 7 by 3. I guess I have to write a bit slower. That was a logarithm sum, and this is a circle sum. So we have the equation of a circle. We have to find the center. Center equals to, by the formula, coefficient of x divided by minus 2, coefficient of y divided by minus 2. So that is going to be minus 2 and 1. Question number B is the radius. Square root of center coordinate plus center y coordinate minus the constant. Now the constant is minus 11, so this is going to be minus of minus 11. So minus 2 squared is 4 plus 1 minus minus plus 11. This is going to be 16. Radius is 4. The next question is, find the coordinates of the point C where the curve crosses the y-axis. So y-axis means where does it cut? When x equals to 0. So when x equals to 0, we can write 0 square plus y square plus 0 minus 2y minus 11 equals to 0. That means y square minus 2y minus 11 equals to 0. Now this cannot be done middle term break because they've already mentioned it. The answer should be in insert format. That means square root. Let's solve this quadratic equation. Y equals to minus b plus minus root over b squared minus 4ac, which is minus 11. So divided by twice a. So this would be 2 plus minus root over 4 plus 44 divided by 2 equals to 2 plus minus root over 48 divided by 2. So we can simplify this. We can write 2 plus minus root over 48. Always do the rough work. This is very important. So 48, if you can break this down, we're going to get 48 divided by 2. 2 to the 4, 2 4 is 8, 2 12, 2 6, 2 3. This means 4 4. So we can write this as 4 square. So square root of 4 square into 3, which is 4 root 3. So 48 is 4 root 3. So 4 root 3 divided by 2. So we can write 2 divided by 2 plus minus 4 root 3 divided by 2. So this 2 and 2 cancels as 1. This is 2 to the 4, so 1 plus minus 2 root 3. So the question was, where does it get the x-axis? At one point x coordinate is 0 and the y coordinate is this, and at other point x is 0 again, y coordinate is 1 minus 2 root 3. Remember, the answer format has to be in point. So find the coordinates of the points where c crosses the y-axis. We have this shape. This is a sector. We have this radius is 6, this radius is 6, and this angle is pi by 3. The first question is find the area of the sector OAB. So area equals to r squared theta by 2. So radius is 6, 6 squared theta is pi by 3 divided by 2. Let's use the calculator. So this is 36 divided by 2, that is 18, into pi by 3. Remember, when we do the pi by 3 format, this is not going to be affected if it is degree mode or radian mode. Degree mode or radian mode is affected only by trigonometry when you press the sine, cos, tan values. So 18.85 centimeter squared. This is the answer. They didn't mention anything about the answer format, so I'm just taking 2 decimal places. 18.9 is also acceptable. The radius of the circle C. Okay, now we have a different circle C. Now if this is the circle, this is the radius. Now for that, the previous sector, it is a tangent to the circle. So if this is a tangent to the circle, and if you draw this, then this would be half the angle of pi by 3. So half the angle of pi by 3 is pi by 3 divided by 2, which is pi by 6. So this length, we don't know what that is. We want to find this radius. Let me call this radius r. We don't know this. We want to find this. We know this is 90 degree. We know this is angle is pi by 6. So let me redraw this triangle here so that it's easier to understand. So this is a right angle triangle, where this is r, radius of this circle, and this angle is pi by 6. Now we also know this side. Think about it. If this is the radius of the sector, so this is 6. Now if you talk about the circle, then this is r and this is also r. So we can say, when you draw this 90 degree, this thing is going to be the entire thing 6 minus r. So this length is going to be 6 minus r. So this is 6 minus r. We can use basic trigonometric ratio. Sine pi by 6 equals to opposite by hypotenuse. So opposite is r, hypotenuse is 6 minus r. Sine pi by 6 or sine 30 degrees half. Half equals to r divided by 6 minus r. Let's cross multiply. This would be 6 minus r equals to 2r, or 6 equals to 3r. Therefore r equals to 2. The next question is, the region outside the circle and inside the sector is shown by the shaded region. You have to find the area of the shaded region. To find the area of the shaded region, all you have to do is take the area of the sector, and from that area subtract the area of the circle. So shaded area equals to area of the sector, we found it before, 18.85, minus area of the circle is pi r square. So radius is 2, so pi 2 squared. We can directly use the calculator for this. 18.85 minus 4 pi. 4 pi. So 6.28 centimeter squared. This is a very straightforward GP formula sum. We have the second term, which is U2 192, meaning AR equals to 192, so A equals to 192 by R. This is equation 1. And the next one is, the third term is 144, so U3 is 144. That means AR squared equals to 144. A equals to 144 by R squared, equation 2. So we have to find the common ratio. We have already started this part. Hence, A equals to A, 192 by R equals to 144 by R squared. Since there will be one value of R, we can just assume it is going to be non-zero. Obviously, common ratio cannot be 0. So if I take R common, 192 minus 144 equals to 0. R equals to 0, or R equals to 144 divided by 192, and that becomes 144 divided by 192 equals to 0.75. Obviously, the next question is you have to find A. So find A. So when R equals to 0.75, A equals to 192 divided by 0.75, and that makes it 192 divided by 0.75 is 256. Since we know both, it is obviously convergent because R is less than 1. We have to find the sum to infinity. Only a convergent series will have sum to infinity. Sum to infinity is A divided by 1 minus R. That makes it 1024. Next, the smallest value of n, this must be an inequality for which the sum of the n terms exceeds 1000. Exceeds means greater than. So Sn greater than 1000. Sum of n terms formula for convergent is A 1 minus r to the power n 1 minus r greater than 1000. So A is 256. So 256 1 minus r is 0.75 to the power n divided by 1 minus 0.75 greater than 1000. So this is 256 1 minus 0.75 to the power n divided by 0.25 greater than 1000. So 256 divided by 0.25 is 1024. That means 1024 1 minus 0.75 to the power n is greater than 1000. Therefore 1 minus 0.75 to the power n is greater than 1000 divided by 1024. This means minus 0.75 to the power n greater than, so 1000 divided by 1000 divided by 1024 is going to be 0.9766. 0.9766, and I am sending this one to the other side, which will be minus 1. So this would be minus 0.75 to the power n greater than 0.9766 minus 1 is minus 0.0234. Minus 0.0234. 0234. Okay, now we can easily, this is inequality, so if you want to cancel off this negative, the inequality will be reversed. So 0.75 to the power n would be less than 0.0234. Now logarithm. Therefore n is less than log base 0.75, and this is going to be 0.0234. Therefore n is less than, so log 0.0234 equals to this divided by log 0.75, that is 13.053. 13.053. So if n is an integer, now in this type of sum it's rather easier, instead of using the inequality for the entire sum, if you do this like this. For Sn equals to 1000, if you want Sn equal to be 1000, so what happens, you can find the value of n as 13.0 something, that is the equal to value. Now you go back to the question. The main question was exceeds 1000. So how does it exceed? Since r is less than 1, the more forward you go. So what happens if you want to exceed the value of n? So what happens, the forward you go, the value of n is going to be 14. So value of n is going to be 14. So the best way to do this is, you have to remember, if you want to add up the number, instead of using inequality, you can just do the sum by writing an equal to sign. This is a trigonometry solving. Remember, there is a difference between trigonometric solving and trigonometric geometry sum. In trigonometry solving, you have to take the quadrant. So 3 sine x plus 45, consider this as theta, equals to 2. Therefore sine x plus 45 is 2 by 3. So the quadrant is going to be, first quadrant sine positive, second quadrant sine positive. The basic angle is going to be with the horizontal side. Therefore the basic angle x plus 45, it is important not to break this, keep this as x plus 45. So this is going to be sine inverse of 2 by 3. This is in degree mode, so remember to convert the calculator. The calculator should always be in the degree mode, except for the sector sum where radian is required. So sine inverse of 2 by 3, so this would be 2 by 3, 41.8 degree. So the basic angle is going to be here 41.8 degree, and it is also going to be here 41.8 degree. So by that rule, the first quadrant is going to be here. So x plus 45 is first quadrant, 41.8, and the second quadrant rule is going to be 180 minus basic angle. So the theta x plus 45 equals to 180 minus 41 by 41.8, and that is 180 minus 41.8, that is 138.2. 138.2. Now the answer. Now while we write down the answer, we have to get back and check what was the range of values from 0 to 360 degree, but it cannot be equal to 360 degree, less than 360 degree. So if we check the answer now, the value of x is going to be, 41.8 minus 45, 41.8 minus 45, and that gives us minus 3.2. So therefore x equals to minus 3.2, and the other value is 138.2 minus 45, 138.2 minus 45, that would be 93.2. So therefore x equals to 93.2. So when you restate your answer, x would be equals to, now minus 3.2 you can ignore it, but one thing, when you have an angle which is negative degree, in reality there is no angle that is negative degree. Here it's just some sort of a algebra. Minus 3.2 degree means going the opposite direction. So what it means, this quadrant, this is 3.2, so if you go in the reverse direction, it is minus 3.2. so the angle is always measured in this direction. So this minus 3.2 in the reverse direction is 360 minus 3.2. so actually that angle can be written as 360 minus 3.2. so the answer would be 356.8 and 93.2. Now we need to go and check the answer format. The question was 1 decimal places, so the answer is going to be 93.2 and 356.8. Question number B, we have to do this quadratic equation, but this time it has to be in radian format, but the answer has to be in pi format because they didn't mention decimal places. So 2 sine square x plus 2 sine squared x plus 2 equals to 7 cos x. So we have to convert this into cos because there is cos x here. So 1 minus cos squared x plus 2 equals to 7 cos x. So 2 minus 2 cos squared x plus 2 equals to 7 cos x. So we can write 4 minus 2 cos squared x minus 7 cos x equals to 0. So if we arrange this, minus 2 cos squared x minus 7 cos x plus 4 equals to 0. So if you multiply by minus on both sides, 2 cos squared x plus 7 cos x minus 4 equals to 0. Now we have to do substitution. Let cos x be a. So 2a squared plus 7a minus 4 equals to 0. Now you have to remember, we have to ultimately find trigonometry. This is just a substitution. So let's do middle term break. 4 2 is 8. So 2a square plus 8a minus a minus 4 equals to 0. If we take 2a common, it would be a plus 4. If we take 1 common, it would be a plus 4 equals to 0. That would be a plus 4, 2a minus 1 equals to 0. A equals to minus 4, a equals to half. Now we have to get back. For cos x equals to minus 4, this is not possible because cos can be at most 1 or minus 1. Tan can be anything, but cos and sine has to be at most 1 or minus 1. The next thing would be for cos x equals to half. So let's get back to the business. The first thing we do is the quadrant. First quadrant and fourth quadrant is cos positive. Now the basic angle. So x equals to cos inverse of the positive value. It is already positive. Even if it was negative, we would have taken only half. So cos inverse of half. Let's get back. So cos inverse of half is 0.5, which is 60 degree. So you can do the sum in degree and convert the answer in radian. So 60 degree is this. This is 60. This is 60. So x equals to the first quadrant is 60, same, and the second quadrant is 360 minus 60, which is 300. So this is the first and this is the second quadrant, fourth quadrant. Now the answer has to be in radian mode. Now to convert this into the radian mode, it is very simple. You just divide this with 180 degree and write it with pi. For example, 60 degree divided by 180 degree is pi 1 by 3. You write the answer as 1 by 3 pi, radian mode. 300 degree, we need the calculator for this. 300 degree divided by 180 degree, that is in fraction 5 by 3. So this would be 5 by 3 pi. Done. This is obviously a maximum minimum story sum, application sum. When you get this sum, the first proof portion is 3. The rest of the sum is always more than that, 8. Let's start with B and C. This is the C2 portion. We can do the A part at the end. So we have B. So L equals to 12x plus 162 x to the power minus 2. We have to find by calculus, meaning derivative, minimum value of L. So at the turning point, derivative is 0. So dl by dx is the derivative. 12x derivative is 12. 162 into 2 minus 2 is minus 162 into 2. It is 324. 324 and x to the power minus 3. That means 12 minus 324 divided by x cubed. At the turning point or minimum point, derivative is 0. Therefore dl by dx equals to 0. Therefore 12 minus 324 divided by x cubed equals to 0. The best way to do the calculation is just to cross multiply. So 12 equals to 324 divided by x cubed. If you cross multiply, it would be x cubed equals to 324 divided by 12. That means 324 divided by 12, and it is 27. So if x cubed is 27, that means therefore x equals to cube root of 27. There is no plus minus in cube root, that is 3. Now remember, this is not the answer. The answer is find the value of L. So when x equals to 3, we can easily find the value of L by putting it here. So when x equals to 3, L equals to 12 into 3 is 36 plus 162 divided by 3 square. So this is going to be 36 plus 162 by 9. 9 ones are 9. Then we have, let's use the calculator for this, 162 divided by 9, that is 18. So 8, so 54. Now is there any unit? Find the value of L. Since it's the value of L, we don't have to worry about the unit, but always remember you have to watch out for the units. So answer, restate the answer, the minimum value of L is 54. Since it's length, if you want to give the unit, I think L is the length in centimeters, so just write centimeter. In question number B, we always have to verify. It's a very common question. Justify. How do we have to do this? Okay, second derivative. So let's do this d2L by dx squared. So the second derivative is going to be, derivative of 12 is 0, so we don't have to write anything, and the derivative of minus 324 x to the power minus 3, the derivative of this is going to be minus 324 into minus 3, minus 324 into minus 3 is going to be plus 972. This would be 972 x to the power minus 4. Previously it was minus 3, now it will be minus 4. So 972 divided by x to the power 4. Now when you put x equals to 3 here, d2L by dx squared is going to be 972 divided by 3 to the power 4. Now we don't need the value of this, we just need to know whether this is positive or negative. Obviously this is positive, so you write, since this is a B1 mark, you have to write it, since d2L by dx squared is greater than 0, the value is minimum. Okay, now that we have done this, let's get back to the main sum and do the algebra portion. Let me try to fit in here. Okay, I hope I am able to fit it here. The first thing is some information will be given. A box, cubite means a box, rectangular cross section of length equal to this, with shown the volume is 81. So volume equals to 81. Volume is length into breadth into height, so length is 2x, this is x, and the other side, we don't know what this is, so let us call this portion h. We don't know what that is, right? So we're just making up a name. So length into breadth into h equals to 81. That means this unknown h is 81 divided by 2x squared. Done. Now what we have to show? We have to show the length. Okay, so the length L. So how many length do we have? We have this x, 1, 2, 3, and there is a x on the other side, this one, and there is another x, 1, 2, 3, 4. So there are 4 x's, so we can write 4x plus. Now how many 2x do we have? We have this one, 1, there is another on the other side, 2, 3, 4, so we have another 4, so 4 into 2x plus. Now how many of the h do we have? So we have this, we have this, we have one here, and we have one here, so 4. This is 4h. That means if you add it up, 4x plus 8x is 12x plus 4h. Now instead of h, I can just plug in the value of 81 by 2x squared. 81 by 2x squared. So what this does, it proves that 12x plus this 2 and this 4, 2 to the 4 cancels off, and this is 162 by x squared L. This is shown. So this is Math B formula of area and volume. The final one is the expected sum area under the curve by integration. So first one is find the point of intersection A and B. So always we have to do the simultaneous equation. It's the same type of sum. So equation 1 is the equation of the curve x squared. There's a minus here, I missed it. Minus x squared plus twice x plus 24. This is equation 1. And this is y equals to x plus 4. This is equation 2. So if we do y equals to y, minus x squared plus twice x plus 24 equals to x plus 4. So this would be minus x squared plus x plus 20 equals to 0. If you multiply by minus, x squared minus x minus 20 equal to 0. Let's do middle term break. So 5 4 is a 20 minus 5x plus 4x. Remember, it has to be minus x. Minus 20 equals to 0. I can take x common. It would be x minus 5 plus 4. It would be x minus 5 equal to 0. So the factors are x minus 5, x plus 4 equals to 0. Therefore x equals to 5 or x equals to minus 4. We have two values. Obviously the negative one is going to be a. Now remember, we need all the time read the question. We need the coordinate of the point. A point is made up of x and y. So when x equals to 5, y equals to, I'm putting it in the easier equation because they are the same at these 2 points. It would be 5 plus 4 equals to 9. So this is coordinate A, and coordinate A is 5, 9. When x equals to minus 4, this is coordinate B. When x equals to minus 4, y equals to minus 4 plus 4 equals to 0. So the coordinate A is going to be minus 4, 0. So we have found the coordinates of A and B. So this is that. Now the region. Now you can see that region is bounded by a curve and a line. So this is a typical curve sum. When you have a region bounded by a curve and a line, that's called a type 2 sum. All you have to do is integrate after subtracting the two equations. So the integration is going to be, let me first write it down here. This limit is minus 4 and this limit is 5. So if we want to know this region between the curve and the line, all we have to do is integrate the area directly from the limit minus 4 to limit minus 5. We subtract the two equation. Above is the curve, so we take minus x squared plus 2x plus 24. Subtract, we write x plus 4 dx. Now let's simplify. We can write minus 4 to 5 minus x squared plus 2x plus 24 minus x minus 4 dx. So we can write minus 4 to 5 minus x squared. So 2x minus x is plus x. 24 minus 4 is plus 20 dx. Now let's integrate this. We'll get the area. So this integration is going to be minus x cubed by 3 plus x squared by 2 plus 20x, and the limit is minus 4 to 5. So the first thing that we do is put the upper value here. This would be minus 5 cubed by 3 plus this would be 5 squared by 2 plus this would be 20 into 5 minus this would be minus 4 cubed by 3 plus minus 4 squared by 2 plus 20 into minus 4. So equals to, this is 5 cubed is 125, so minus 125 by 3 plus 25 by 2 plus 100 minus, this is minus 4 cubed is minus 64, minus plus 64 by 3 plus 16 by 2 is 8, and this is minus 80. Now let's just do the calculation. So we have minus 125 by 3 plus 25 by 2 plus 100, and this is 425 by 6. 425 by 6 minus, so this is going to be 64 by 3, 64 by 3 plus 8 minus 80, minus 152 by 3, minus 152 by 3. So let's calculate this. So this would be 425 by 6, minus and minus is plus, 152 by 3. That makes it 243 by 2. 243 by 2. That's the area.